Welcome back to Kaidu Rider, and it is currently December 28th, 2022, and the Tracer has sold. No, this is not clickbait, and I know I just made a video about why you should be happy with the bike you have and don't get obsessed with the social media pull towards something shiny and new, but let me explain. Longtime viewers of this channel know I've had a love-hate relationship with this bike from the very beginning. And the stars have aligned to the point where financially, mentally, and in every other way, it's best to just get rid of this bike and replace it. So I'll sort it into two groups. The first is the issues with this bike specifically. And the second is what's going on in my personal life that will have a very significant effect on the channel. The bike situation. The bike is in great shape. I'm not selling a lemon. Whoever's buying this bike from me, I've got it back to completely stock and it is in great condition. It has been well maintained. It's been maintained by Yamaha dealerships and will be sold through a Yamaha dealership. As far as reliability issues, it's a Yamaha. There has been nothing. There's been little niggles and complaints, and there's been the budget side of what it is to own a Yamaha, but the bike's been amazing and bulletproof as far as reliability. In fact, if you are buying a used Tracer and it's blue in Tokyo, on the off chance that you did just buy my bike, it had some of the highest marks as far as resale quality. The issues I do have, the first is vibration and heat. Now, as far as the vibration, it's a triple. 3 cylinders have a weird vibration that's different from twins, singles, fours, and whatever Honda comes up with next in the Goldwing. Now, I want to be clear, when I say vibration, I'll compare it to my wife's SV650. Being a V-twin, it has a bit of a lumpiness and a shake, especially when you get the gears wrong, but you don't feel a vibration where it's buzzing in the handlebars and buzzing in the foot pegs and buzzing in different areas. It just has a shake to it. This 3-cylinder, much like my Triumph Street Triple, has a vibration starting around 4,000 RPMs all the way up to 7,000, which is the most common place to ride unless I'm staying really low in the RPMs and overshifting, or riding it like a stolen race bike, both of which kind of defeat the purpose of this bike. Now, generally, if you're a normal person who does less than 4-hour days, you won't notice the vibration that much. But once you notice it, you really start to notice it. And I've ridden the new CP3 engines. It's better, but it's not gone. As far as the heat, it's not actually getting that hot. The fan does come on whenever it's over 27 degrees Celsius, but the foot pegs aren't rubber mounted, and that may be the issue. But because I have steel shanked motorcycle boots, in the Tokyo summers, when it's above 33 degrees Celsius, the engine being a stress member, it is directly to the frame, which goes into the foot pegs, which are not rubber mounted. So it is quite literally starting to burn my feet after a while. Again, I'm the kind of guy that'll go out for a 6 to 10 hour day. So if you're not doing that, you probably won't notice. And if 33 degrees Celsius sounds unreachable for where you live, you probably won't notice. The next issue is power and comfort. This is supposed to be a touring bike, but it's very uncomfortable unless you're going fast. The way the seat is shaped, even after I customized it, it's just not an intensely comfortable seat. And I don't know how much more I have to spend to get it there, how many seats I would have to try. But if you ride it really fast, it works. And when I say fast, I mean fast. Like chasing a Ferrari in the mountain back roads kind of fast. I mean, not that I would do something like that. And it's definitely not something I would advertise because it would be in no way enjoyable and definitely dangerous and not fun at all. But getting back to the point, the power that this engine makes compared to the weight of the bike, it always leaves me going faster than I should, and I can't say how many times the TC has saved me from a slide. Because a bike like this needs traction control, needs power modes, because it's just not set for the streets to use all that power, and it's not a kind of engine that's enjoyable slow, and it's not really comfortable slow. In fact, this is not the first time I've complained about the bike and its power.
You cannot use all the power, even in the low power mode, without risking your life and the life of those people around you. I can ride this bike at its full potential and having more fun, because bikes are fun at their limits, not at half their limits.
I only got it because at that time, the 850cc Tracer was the smallest motorcycle that had cruise control. And as I've mentioned my long days, I really like cruise control. But you can check out this video where I complain about how much better it is to ride my wife's SV650 in most situations. Now the financial aspect of the bike, I sold this bike for about 730,000 yen, and the new bike cost barely more than 730,000 yen. I'll get into the details when I reveal the new bike, but I got a bit of a special deal. As far as I'll still lose money on putting modifications on the next bike, I'll keep some of the modifications from the Tracer, and the Tracer was not at a point where it needed nothing. So if I wanted to unlimit the cruise control, that'd be around 70,000 yen. It'd be another 80,000 to get a comfortable seat that's hopefully comfortable enough. So right there you're talking 150,000 yen extra I would have to spend. And it's getting close to the point where it needs some servicing, such as oil change, and the battery's getting to a point where it seems to need to be replaced because it's having trouble starting in the morning. These are little things, but it all adds up. So now is the time to say, replace the bike or really invest in it. And seeing how it's not the perfect bike, and hopefully the next bike is, it's gone. Now as far as the personal situation, in reference to the money I'm making, we have some extra costs gestating for the future. So what I did was I sold this Tracer for cash, and the new bike I got on a loan. Now, when you calculate the interest, it will matter over time, but we need money now. We need money for medical bills now. We need money for my wife to take some time off work now. In the next year, my income will have increased significantly enough that the loan payments of the new bike won't matter, but the money I've made off of selling this bike will make a huge difference in our life right now. The other point is, when these expenses are done gestating, a friend of mine pointed out to me, there is a very real chance that this is the last bike I'm going to buy for many, many years. So, since I have an opportunity, I should go for it. I'm in a position to live my dreams, to work with a Japanese manufacturer in Japan. I might as well get the bike that has the most smile per mile and live with it for at least 5 or so years, unless YouTube suddenly takes off and I get more than 3 digits of viewers per video. Now I'll be honest with you, this was not an easy decision. When I took the last ride, it made me pretty emotional, to the point where I had to pull over and call my brother because it was just too disappointing for me to say goodbye, and it was such a great bike to have. But by the time I got home, I was sure I made the right choice. But with all the mods taken off and the bike back to stock, it's sad to say, but it's not really my bike anymore. It's just another dime a dozen Tracer. But it makes you wonder, what mods will take the next bike and make it truly mine? Thanks for watching. Hope to see you all around in the next chapter of my life in this channel. And thank you, Tracer, for being an almost perfect bike at almost everything I asked of you.